Welcome home, where we provide information, inspiration, and motivator after motivator after motivator here on America's Next. I have Justin Manley here with me today, publicly known as J Crypto. So throughout this episode, we're going to refer to him as J Crypto. He's building a brand in that way. Look, I'm very excited for our episode tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, tag somebody, text somebody, like, share, subscribe to this video, because this is a very intelligent man right here today. And I'm very happy to be incorporating him into the legacy of America's Next Motivator. And we got a comment in the building. Let's see what we got. Yolanda Riley says, hey. We're saying hey right back to you.
What's going on? What's going on, Queen?
Absolutely. That's right. Queen's in the building. And we're jumping right into it. J Crypto, where you from?
I'm originally from South Carolina, Seneca, South Carolina. So it's a little small country town in upstate South Carolina. If you watch any college football, I'm about like 15 minutes away from Clemson. The Anderson, Greenville, upstate area. So yeah, but I reside in Dallas, Texas. Is where I'm at the moment. Yep.
How did you feel when Clemson went from middle of the road team to being a championship team? I know it was about several years ago, but how did you feel when that change happened?
Well, I'll put it to you like this. There's a story behind that. And this was back when I was in the military back in 2000 and I believe it was 11. I think that was the year 2010, 2011. And I was sitting around with some of my friends, and we was watching the Clemson game, and I was able to watch one of my good friends growing up that I played AAU basketball with, DeAndre Hopkins. He played with Clemson as well. And I told the guys, I was like, yo, they're building a program right now. I was like, look, give them a few years, and you're gonna see a national championship team. And fast forwarding to that, they've been able to do some great things out there on the field. Winning a few national championships back to back, and then being in the in the playoffs for multiple consecutive seasons. So I mean, the feeling for me was just it was surreal to be able to see them build the program up to where they was able to win at the level they've been winning. And
that's right.
It just shows the process, the process of consistency. And so yeah, the feeling for that was just surreal, just because of the fact that I was just like, yo, like they're gonna be something. Just give them some time, like they working.
That's right. Now, so, yeah. Tell me, do you feel that analogy applies to your own life?
Indeed. Just seeing what they did was, it was actually an inspiration on my life as I was going through my life, at the time, and just seeing this, at the time, the spot that they were in, and leading up to where they, what they become, I kind of felt like it was, correlated and connected in a way, like it connected me, in a certain way that, I could really resonate with it. So, yeah.
Okay. We got Mary Evans in the building. I want to say a special hello to Mary Evans, another queen in the building. And we're getting ready to spice things up here. We're going to spice things up. It looks like you're in the cryptocurrency market, the cryptocurrency space. And I want to let you guys know that there is a jewel inside of this conversation that's waiting to be revealed to our community. That's where we're going with this. This man right here, as modest as he may seem, he's a genius. And we're going to uncover some of that today. But first, let's talk about your childhood. Where were your parents? Where was your family? Did you have siblings? What type of foods were you eating? Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, we could get into that. So, I grew up in the country town. Like I say, upstate South Carolina. My mother was, a single mother. I didn't really, I didn't really grow up with my father around too much. I mean, we cool now. As I got older, we were able to speak. So it's nothing that I hold against him or anything like that. Being older now, it kind of taught me how to understand, situations and kind of take myself out of my own self and kind of put myself in other people's shoes to really understand like the thought process behind, some of the actions that may have been taken just because of environment and different things of that nature. So growing up, my grandfather, up until I was about 10 years old, was kind of like that father figure in my life. I spent a lot of
Okay.
time with him, and when he went on to pass away and whatnot. Uh, my older brothers. I have two older brothers, and one of my brothers kind of stepped up, and then of course my uncles and my older cousins. They were there to kind of guide me, and of course my mother, um, was there to to guide me along the way. And
Okay.
childhood for me was there was times where I you know had anger built up in me because I didn't understand certain things, like why my father wasn't there and whatnot. But I think that for the most part, me being where I am today, what it taught me was that, it actually fueled me,
That's right.
to actually go harder. Coming up for me was like, I grew up playing sports and whatnot, like basketball, football as well. And I consider myself a true underdog. I got the underdog story. You know, I was able to compete. In different sports, like basketball being, my favorite sport, and leading up to high school, I was able to, my freshman year, I was able to play on the JV team. And then my 10th grade year, I got cut, and I was like, why did I
Why
get
did
cut?
you
Because
why did you get cut?
um, I don't want to give excuses on anything, but I just felt like there's a lot of politics that go on, and then maybe the coach at the time didn't really really didn't vibe with me that much and whatnot, and so it is what it is when it comes to
That's
that.
right.
But like for me, it taught me. Maybe he was trying to teach me a lesson. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Maybe it was a lesson that, you know, even if he intentionally was trying to teach me a lesson, it taught me a lesson,
Right.
unconsciously. And it just made me go harder. And so
That's right.
my 11th grade year, went back out there, but I had to play varsity that year, and I got cut that year too,
Mhm.
my junior year, and it was like, dang, like it really messed with my mental and my psyche, because I was like, I played AAU all during the summer with everybody that was on the team, and I started in AAU. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So it was like, it was kind of messed with my psyche a little bit, but like, um, it was a different coach at this time too as well, and basically,
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. What you're saying is creating a mental movie for me about the teenager anywhere USA who's growing up with what you might consider common dynamics, right? You got a moderately sized family. You're growing up in the South. Everybody's competitive. You're playing sports. You've been playing sports all your life. Sometimes you get cut. Other times you're a leader on the court or on the field, and you're going through an identity period where you're trying to figure out who you are, you know,
indeed,
and you're also living in a competitive world, and so you're doing two things at once. You're trying to
indeed,
figure out who you are, but you're also trying to be competitive with your
indeed.
peers, whether it be at school or in athletics. When did you start to say, you know what, it's a big world out here, and I've got to start working on myself? When was that moment for you?
Um, I would like to say, I mean, that moment was happening, in that time period, but I can say that, prior to that, my junior year, because I had got cut, I did go through like, a little bit of, mental,
Yeah,
problems as a
depression,
teenager, it was
depression.
pressure. So I kind of,
Yeah.
I kind of, I kind of fled and got into, uh, the wrong things. You know what I mean? And I ended up dropping out of high school that year, like right at the
Whoa,
end of the year, my
whoa.
junior year.
Hold on. This moment right here is where you relate to a lot of people in America right now. There have been many books written on the anxiety and the stress, the depression that
Hmm.
teenagers feel. Teenagers don't always talk about how they're dealing with the pressure. They don't always talk about the fact that they're
Indeed,
stressed out. They don't even have the words sometimes to explain all of the dynamics, the
indeed,
complexity of your mind, the complexity of your body. Your body is changing, your voice is changing, your world is changing. And sometimes it's a little bit too much to bear. Now,
indeed,
when we have these sorts of spells in our lives of depression, I'm interested in knowing how do we get on the other sides of them. Now we know when you get depressed, you're looking for an escape. When you go out there to escape, guess who also went to escape? Somebody else who was depressed. Guess what they're doing? They're probably smoking, drinking, figuring out how to cope with the
indeed,
pain. You trying
indeed,
trying to trying to cope with the pain of lack of functional relationships.
indeed, indeed,
Everybody does not return out of that cul-de-sac.
indeed.
But it looks like you were able to return to a sense of victory out of that cul-de-sac. And tonight, inside
Yep.
of this hour on America's Next Motivator, I want to know, how did you climb out of that cul-de-sac of depression as a teenager and advance yourself into manhood? Let's go.
Indeed. So, as that was happening or whatever, I had dropped out, and then I did exactly what you were speaking on. I tried to take
That's
the
right.
escape route. So I left my um I left my hometown and I went and moved with my brother in
Where was he? Where was your brother?
Sumter, South Carolina,
Okay.
which was like, it wasn't any better than, the situation that I was in. It was just like, I just felt, I felt failure. So it was like, I was like, I ain't I didn't feel like, I wanted to walk around and knowing that I had failed. Like,
Wow.
all my friends was playing and hooping, and here I am, these same people that I'm kicking it with every day, and we playing AAU ball together on the same team in the summer. They playing high school ball, and so for me, I had a little spell where I went to something. I tried to get into school there when I got there, but they didn't allow me to get in. And then the alternative school at the time was there was a waiting list for it. They had already just had too many problems going on out there. Basically my transcript wasn't even good enough to get me into school, so I had to wait it out. And
Mhm.
basically, um, after all of that, I had I had left and I had went back out to Seneca for my for summer, which I had missed my mom and my family and stuff like that. So, I had basically went back out there. And when I got there, I realized, I had missed home so much. I really didn't want to go back to something because it really wasn't nothing going on for me.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna just get a job. So I ended up getting a job at Little Caesars.
Yeah.
and that was
Hey,
my way of saying like, Ma, I just want to come back home, and what I'm saying, I just be here and I'm gonna just work. And from there, I was able to uh, sign up for alternative school going into the next uh, the next school year. So I had a job all throughout that period of time, working at Little Caesars, flipping pizzas and stuff. And
mhm.
and I got into alternative school. As I got into alternative school, I kind of turned my focus up at that point. And even though I was still doing a few things I shouldn't have been doing, but my focus level was a little bit better. Because I was like, okay, I failed at one point, but I'm like, I'm gonna graduate with my class, and I wanted to graduate with my class. So, I put the work in alternative school, and I made up all my credits, for my junior year, and
Okay.
then I made those up pretty quick. Then got into doing my senior year of work. The only thing that kind of messed with me then was that I couldn't play football because I wasn't eligible. So I hurried up and I was like, I asked my counselor, I was like, look, if I go ahead and if I can get these junior credits knocked out, can I at least try out for the basketball team, at my high school. And
Right.
so he had went over and had conversations with the school to see if I could be eligible and whatnot. So based off what I was doing in alternative school, because like I said, I was focused in. Uh, I was, I had made up all my credits, and I was working on my senior credits at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and they allowed me to go ahead and try out for the team. So while football season was going on, I was in the gym. I was doing the 3-man workouts, conditioning.
Right. Yep.
And I was working while everybody was playing football. I was in the gym running. Like I used to see them at football practice, and I would be on in the bleachers running the stairs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Getting ready for the tryouts. And this was like one of my best tryout years ever. And I ended up making the squad that year, my senior year. So I got to experience that with all my comrades, that I had been growing up with, and it was a beautiful thing. And but even still had adversity after that because
Right.
I
Hold
done
on
well.
though. Hold on though, because what I'm hearing from you is that you came back home because you had some pride in you. You came back home because you had some strength in you.
Mhm.
And you might not have had a coach on your back. Your brother might not even have got all on your back.
Mhm.
Nobody was calling you and demanding that you came back home
Nah,
and,
not
and,
at all.
and stand up. No one was demanding that you come back home and stand up for your destiny and stand up for your victory. But you thought about it. You thought about it. And you
Indeed.
decided to hold yourself accountable for it. Ladies and
Indeed.
gentlemen, put a 1 in the chat if you understand that this man turned around and decided to do a victory lap in his life. He
Indeed.
left high school early and didn't give up. He said, you know what? I'm going to finish high school. He said,
Indeed.
I'm going to pick sports back up. I'm not going to be discouraged when I see my peers out there playing varsity. I'm going to run the stairs. I'm not going to get discouraged when I see my peers walking across the stage. I'm going to come back and catch up and walk across the stage with them. Drop a number 1 in the chat if you understand that this man got some fire in his heart right here. Got some
Indeed.
fire in his heart. And I respect that. You said you went and you worked at Little Caesars Pizza. I got to say something about the pizza job. The pizza job is one of the toughest fast food jobs you can have. When you have to stand on the line and make 70 pizzas a night, and don't get that ticket wrong. Don't get that ticket wrong. You memorizing pizzas, and you know how people be. They
Oh, I had
hungry.
walked out on them. I ain't gonna lie. I walked
Yeah,
out on them.
yeah.
I was like,
Because
oh,
hold on,
good.
because and I know I understand because it's a Friday night, right?
Yeah.
All of the escapers, the coaches, the teams, the families. Guess what they want? They want a large pizza, extra sauce, pepperoni, mushrooms, banana pepper, sausage, bacon, pan crust, right? A side of wings, and you got to stand there and remember all of that. You
Yep.
got to dock the dough. You got to expand the dough. You got to spin it around. You got to lay
Yep.
it out properly. You got to remember
Yep.
all the ingredients, and you got to do that in 3 minutes.
Yep.
So the pizza job is not an easy job. And
Not at all.
you were going through a fiery time in your life where life was telling you, hey, nah, not how you think it's going, how it really goes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we got some comments in the building. We got some comments in the building because I like the way that you didn't give up. And that's the point that we're getting to today is that you didn't give up. like I said, I didn't hear the part in your story where your grandfather told you, hey, Jay, you need to hurry up and get home and come back and stand up for yourself. Nobody gave you that phone call. You said, I'm not gonna float around out here with my brothers or whoever else because they've got their own hookup here.
Indeed.
This is not where I'm supposed to be doing the makeup work at. You went back and said, no, I'm going to do the makeup work here, man. I respect that. Now, did you graduate high school ultimately?
Indeed, I graduated high school. I, I graduated high school that same year. What's crazy is I actually finished school earlier. So like I actually ended up finishing school, and the only thing I had to do because I was finished with all my schoolwork and hours, the only thing I had to do was just show up to practice into the games
Absolutely.
when I hoop
So now let me
until
ask
it's
you
time for me
this.
to graduate. Yeah.
How did it feel for you when you walked across that graduation stage?
I mean, it felt great, because I was doing it. Obviously, I was doing it for myself, but I was also doing it for my family too. My mom, she had never seen like one of her sons walk across the stage. So, um,
Really? How many
yeah,
sons did your mother have?
I got I got two brothers, so she had three.
Did everybody graduate high school?
Nah, it was just me.
See, this is what I want to talk about tonight. We can never forget about the challenges that our people face. Go have a seat somewhere in a room full of people. Look to your left and look to the right. There's a possibility that one of those people didn't have an easy time graduating high school. You never know what somebody's going through. All of his siblings didn't even graduate high school. He was the first one of his brothers and sisters or brothers to graduate high school. We got to raise awareness. All of our teenagers are not graduating high school effectively. And a lot of the times, those of us who don't graduate high school effectively, meaning you either pass with flying colors, or you did enough to get a B, or you did enough to get a C plus, or you got through by the skin of your teeth. Those that don't actually make it, a lot of them end up getting disrespected by society, trying to find ways to to resurrect their respect in society. Your whole life becomes about respect. When you don't get the diploma, when you don't get, the even the post-secondary, respect becomes a lot more serious.
Indeed,
People out here don't, we have a significant portion of our people who don't feel like they get the proper respect of being a human being because they didn't do what we all think or what some of us thought they should have did in an academic academy. So now let's move forward. You graduated high school. Your mother was proud of you. You were proud of yourself. What did you do after high school?
I enlisted to the army, so I went to the army. Did 4 years in the army.
What did you
Um,
learn? What did you learn in the army?
at the time, I just felt like I needed more structure, So, I went into the army, and I was able to travel, stayed in, foreign country.
Like where? Where did
I
you
was
go,
in
man? Don't
Korea.
tell me. Don't tell me you went to Cairo and
No, no, no,
saw
no,
the
no.
pyramids. Okay.
No, I went to Korea.
Okay. What was that like?
Uh, it was cool, it was different culture shock, and came back from there, did a tour for a year over there, and came back stateside, and I was with 10th Mountain up in Fort Drum,
Okay.
um, Fort Drum, New York. It's crazy cold up there, man. Like the snow up there is like out of this world. It's like basically living in Canada, man.
Right.
Um, I remember being there and like it snowed like at least 8 or 9 months out of the year. So like when I seen grass again, I was like, yo, it's grass. Like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how crazy it was. Then having to train in that mess was like crazy. I used to live like out in the field and stuff. So yeah, it was I learned about even more of what it's like and what it takes, when it comes to like conquering adversity
Mm-hmm.
and things of that nature. I learned, survival, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I also, it is a great brotherhood. I met a lot of people that, that are lifetime brothers, that I can call, and they all across the world,
That's right.
So it was
Now,
a great experience for me.
if there is a young man out there or a young woman out there who's lived a life similar to yours up to this point where you decided to enlist in the service, they're looking for a word from you tonight. What would you say to them?
I mean, it's like this, I feel like everybody, find your own truth, for me at the time, that's what I felt like I needed to do. I'm not saying that's what everybody should do, uh, because it's you meet all kind of people in that space, you know what I mean? So, um, based off of who you is, I wouldn't like, I wouldn't just tell somebody to go to the army, you know what I mean? Like that's not,
Right.
that's what worked for me. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, there's resources now. There's there's places that you can go to get access to information that can, what I'm saying, guide you in certain directions that's gonna help you. So just take that in accountability too.
Okay.
I wouldn't preach, to tell nobody to go to enlist into that environment,
That's right.
um,
Okay.
because for me it's like, and not, not knocking the experience because like I say at the time, that was what I needed to do. That's what I felt I needed to do as a man. So that's what I did as a young man.
Absolutely.
Um, but
Absolutely.
it's definitely a different environment, and
Yep.
so yeah, that's kind of my little spill on the military stuff.
Mm-hmm. I admire your choice to put yourself in a scenario where you gain some structure and you gain some integrity, some leadership for
Indeed,
yourself with partners by
indeed,
yourself. I admire that,
indeed.
and it's very encouraging for young people who might be out there who might have dealt with anxiety growing up. They
Mhm.
might have went through some challenges to graduate high school to understand as you become an adult, and people at home, you can write this down. Young people, full grown adults, write this down. There comes a point in your life where your transformation is going to be called upon. Life is going to call for you to transform at some point. It's going to call for you to transition from a teenager to an adult, and then from an adult to a mature adult. And then after that, you've got to become wise, and you've got to become a family builder and a community mender at some point. So there are certain transformations that have to take place in your life, and it's incumbent upon us to find ways to do those transformations. Maybe you can't do it by yourself. It's
Indeed,
perfectly fine for you to put yourself in a scenario where you're going to get the pressure that you need to transform, just like a diamond does. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Jay Crypto today. I'm enjoying the story. I'm enjoying the resemblance that I see in him with young people and adults clear across America today. We're going to be right back after this brief message. Everybody sit tight. America's Next Motivator, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. America's Next Motivator, hosted by me, Cedric Riley, sponsored by the Pride Empowerment Network, Inc., and our viewership. And we're back. Jay Crypto, how you feeling out there?
Hey man, feeling great, man.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Excited
Okay,
to be here, man.
for sure. Now talk to us about what you decided to do after you got out of the service. What was next for you?
After I got out of the service, I pretty much made a decision like I'm not working for nobody ever again. That was the
Hmm.
first decision I made. 2013 was a rough year for me. The transition.
Let me ask
Um,
you this. Let me ask you this. Do you believe that success is a choice for everybody?
Success is definitely a choice.
Hmm.
Success is definitely a choice.
Okay,
You just have to define it. Whatever success is to you, you have to define that, but it's definitely a choice.
that's right. Were you afraid of entrepreneurship in the beginning? Were you afraid of it?
Nah, not at all. No
Okay.
fear whatsoever.
Hmm. So, what were your thoughts about when you say, I'm never working for somebody else again? What were your thoughts around how you were going to make that happen?
I really didn't know at the time, but I just felt like I just always felt like the Most High was always gonna guide me. So um, that's what that's pretty much what I pretty much what I ran with. And as far as as far as that, I just look at it like, I found the ad on Facebook actually that got me intrigued in entrepreneurship in
Okay.
2000 at the end of 2013, going into 2014, and it was like an ad with like just some money on there, and it was from one of my friends that I was actually in the army with in New York, and so that got me involved into the network marketing industry,
Okay.
and then you know as I got involved in the network marketing industry, um, it kind of led to me going into the internet marketing industry. And then I was able to start with, e-commerce and things of that nature. And was able to help, companies build out, multiple six-figure, seven-figure incomes with that as clients. And then, going past that, um,
Hold
I
on though. We don't have to go past that. That's huge that you got into a space where you were able to help companies build into six-figure scenarios for themselves. Um,
indeed,
yeah, I think that's a great feat, and a lot of people they look for that expertise. A lot of people
indeed.
value that type of expertise, and so you're obviously an intelligent person. Did you read any books along the way? How
Yeah,
else did you gain knowledge?
indeed. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich was one of my favorite ones. Also Dale Carnage with How to Win Friends and Influence People. That was another one of the good books for me.
The book
Considering
is
that I
the
was
book is called the book is called How to Gain Friends and
how
Influence
to
People.
win friends and influence people. It was more like one of those books for like sales, direct sales.
Okay.
That's what I got from it. So for anybody that wants to get in, the direct sales space, at the time that was one of the books that I read. Also, of course, the Robert Kiyosaki,
Hmm.
Rich Dad Poor Dad was another book.
Hmm.
Um, you
Well,
know,
hold on. People always mention this book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I'd
indeed.
like to get your take on it. What were your thoughts on it? What did you take out of it?
Um, I, I thought the book was very informal. The one gem that I took from that book though that stood out the most was no matter what happens to you in life, um, always see everything as a blessing or a blessing in disguise. Um, and when you're able to do that, then you'll know that you're seeing life with a clear, with a clear eye view. And that's pretty much what I got out of it.
Okay. What can you talk to us about the work that you do today? What work do you do today?
So right now I'm building out along with some of my co-partners, biggest crypto play ever.com. We're
Okay.
educating people on the blockchain technology, cryptocurrency. You know, that's obviously what's going on now in the marketplace with cryptocurrency, and you know, there's a lot of people saying like, go buy this coin, go buy that coin, you know, trade this coin, but it's like nobody's teaching people the education. Nobody's teaching them what blockchain is. Nobody's teaching them what the technology is that's actually fueling the marketplace. And
That's
so,
right.
created a platform in a community. Um, and we're now well over 1,000 members in the last 50 days. Uh,
Wow.
and you know, we've been able to create a system where people can tap in and learn about blockchain technology, get extended learning with our virtual academy, which we're also in the virtual real estate space with the Ethereum blockchain. So actually buying virtual land and actually selling virtual land online. So that's another thing that we're doing. And so
Okay.
in that, you know, that's pretty much what's going on with what I'm doing.
All right. Let's break this down and make this into even more of an educational moment for our viewers out there. What
Indeed.
is crypto? What is cryptocurrency?
Cryptocurrency is an asset, you know. It's basically like, so where people make the mistake with cryptocurrency is that they just see cryptocurrency as money, right? So granted, it is a form of currency, but it's also an asset. So for instance, I'm not out here going to buy or purchase $100 bill, right? None of us are doing that. But when we buy into cryptocurrency, we're purchasing an actual asset. And so if you go purchase Bitcoin, right, you only put in, this is where people have a bad experience with crypto, is that they'll go buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. Bitcoin will be sitting at $50,000 worth in value for one coin. And then the market will go down to 20K, and then they feel like they've lost. So when they see that happen, they'll pull their money out, and then they end up losing because they sell. So the only time you ever lose is when you sell, because you have to remember it's an asset. You own an asset. So um you know, I just think that, you know, for educational purposes, for people getting involved, there's certain things that they need to know. They need to know about how to properly set up a wallet, what a seed phrase is, you know, seed phrase being the keys that's going to keep you having access to your actual account or wallet, right?
Okay.
Knowing what a private key is, you know, you need access to all of this stuff to make sure you're operating in the ecosystem correctly.
Okay.
Um,
Hold on. So let me make sure I got this right.
mhm.
Cryptocurrency is not a virtual dollar. Cryptocurrency is an asset, it's a value holder, and we need to remember the fact that this is a value holder of the future. Don't think
Indeed.
of cryptocurrency as a dollar that can get blown away in the wind. Think of cryptocurrency as a value store, similar to the way that we look at gold. We look at gold. We don't say, "Hey, every time I get some gold, I'm going to transform it to dollars and I'm going to spend that money." We say, "No, if you give me some gold, I might tuck that, into my safe and keep it there for years." And
Indeed.
what I hear you're saying is that the same way we treat the value connotation of gold is the same way we need to treat the value connotation of cryptocurrency. What I also hear you saying is that once you get this value, this asset, which is cryptocurrency, we need to understand how to treat it and how to make it work for us in the market by having a wallet. Now, what is a wallet?
A wallet is just a place where you are able to store your cryptocurrency. So if you have within the wallet, you have a send and you have a receive address. We're operating again on a peer-to-peer network, which is what blockchain is. So I know you, you know me. You got a receive address. You want me to send you some crypto? You send me your receive address. I can send you $1 million in crypto, and you can receive it.
Okay.
And I know you, you know me, and there's a code of trust there that, you know, pretty much secures the transaction. So we have to get in this space. We're dealing with blockchain. where you know you never want to get in this space when you don't know who you're dealing with, right?
Right.
You always want to know who you're dealing with, because you have to operate in this ecosystem with integrity. And so, because you're in control of your money completely, meaning that you can't get on the phone and call a bank if you put the wrong wallet in and your money, your assets go to the wrong wallet, right?
Wow.
There's no way. Once it's on the blockchain and it goes through and it's sent, you can't reverse the transaction unless you know the person that the wallet was sent to. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
yeah.
What is what is blockchain technology?
Blockchain technology is just it's a form of technology that basically you can transfer data on it, um, and you can also utilize it for cryptocurrency. Which so blockchain is what fuels the cryptocurrency markets, right? It's what
Okay.
fuels Bitcoin. It's what fuels all of these different altcoins that are out there. And as far as the question, what is your preferred wallet? Um, Honestly, it depends on what ecosystems you're looking to operate in, whether it be certain wallets have different coins, right, that they operate on. So you need to know what coins that you're looking at. There's no actual set wallet that's the best wallet. The wallets that you utilize are the wallets that are best for you. Now I do recommend Trust Wallet, um and I also use a wallet called Clever, which is spelled Klever.
Mhm.
Those are my two favorite wallets. As far as exchanges, Uniswap is a good one. Also, SimpleSwap.io. It's another exchange you can utilize if you ever want to swap cryptocurrency. And so those are some of my preferred uh, exchanges and wallets that I utilize.
Okay. Now, for the public out there who are still new to this space called cryptocurrency, um, what we're learning today is that blockchain is it's a new technology, and
Indeed,
it's very important because everybody sees the transactions that are happening, and there's no more middlemen. So, for instance, if you send your money to the bank, you don't know what's happening with your money after the bank closes. And there have been times you look at history where you wake up tomorrow and you need all $50,000 of your money out of the bank tomorrow morning, and you can't get it. And the question becomes, why can't I get it? And then you get into the mystique of what the bank is actually doing with your money. But on the blockchain technology, everybody can see what's happening.
indeed,
And just like Jay Crypto said, you learn how to move your value around in the system. So you really get in charge of your value on the blockchain technology. And
indeed,
what's so important about blockchain technology is the fact that things are built on top of blockchain technology. And it's the way of the future, because there was a time where a computer, a computer was as big as a refrigerator, right? But what happened was, as time grew, that computer used a protocol, HTTP. You look at the top of your browser, you see HTTP. That's a protocol. People use that protocol to create their own .com. And so then when everybody could create their own website, everybody made money. Blockchain technology is a new protocol like HTTP, where people have agreed to use this technology, and then they're going to add their apps on top of blockchain technology. Is that correct?
indeed, indeed. That's exactly what's happening right now.
Mm-hmm. So now talk to me about the biggest crypto play ever. That's what you're involved in. How's it going, and what is it?
Yeah, so like I say, it's an educational platform. And we created a community of over 1,000 people now. Just over the last 3 days, we've been able to accumulate over $100,000 shared between about 917 total people accessing the smart contract protocol that we're running. And
Mhm.
so we utilize the smart contract protocol as basically a system to put people in to be able to get them away from buying crypto and put them in the space of being able to earn the crypto, right? The same way we earn money. So we call it just how they call it cash flow, we call it crypto flow. So we help people create
Wow.
crypto flow utilizing the smart contract protocol. And then within that, we have a community full of, education and extended education. Again, along with that, a virtual academy that people are able to go to and they can be immersed in this world in 3D as well, virtual reality, and they're able to get extended education on blockchain technology, blockchain as a philosophy, blockchain as law, blockchain as a democracy, blockchain mining, mining on the blockchain, and also some other cool MIT courses that are available on there too as well. And so yeah, biggestcryptoplayever.com. Tap into the Discord, the community. And yeah, that's what we've pretty much created. We created our own, crypto world, and it's constantly growing on a daily basis. And we're just excited to have been able to put this together for the people to be able to utilize in the near future, because this is the
Absolutely.
future, you know.
Absolutely. This is without a
Indeed.
doubt the future. When you look at all of the intelligent people in our society, and when I say intelligent, I'm talking about people who are textbook degree individuals who usually make informed decisions with their money. These are people like banks. These are people who are putting billions of dollars into the crypto market. And that is evidence that the crypto market is here to stay. It's evidence that the crypto market is something that we need to understand. And it's very refreshing to see that our generation, the generation that some might call the hip hop generation, the generation that some might call, those folks who are just fascinated with social media, is actually transforming our love of the Roblox game, our love of virtual reality, our love of coding into the crypto space where you really creating your own universe out of cryptocurrency, and it puts you ahead of the game. It puts
Indeed.
you ahead of the game. Now,
Indeed.
for those people who are wondering how they can actually get involved with what you're talking about, the people who want to join your academy, they want to learn more about the biggest crypto play ever. How can they contact you?
Just follow me on Instagram at jcrypto underscore. That's jcrypto with a K, JKRYPTO underscore. And you can tap in at biggestcryptoplayever.com. That'll get you access to the Discord server. And once you get in that Discord server, you're gonna be welcomed, by thousands of people that's already taking action on this and experiencing this in real time. So that's pretty much all you got to do to really get access to it. And if you want to view the actual virtual academy, you can go to biggestcryptoplay.com, and it'll take you into the actual academy as well. And you can kind of see everything that's going on.
This is a movement. This is a wave.
Indeed.
This is cool. How does it feel to be creating a new cool?
I mean, it's amazing. I'm obsessed with innovation, man. So anything innovative is what I'm usually looking towards. So yeah, this is a great feeling, man, to be in this spot right now.
Do you see that the younger generation is receptive to what you guys are doing?
Yeah, we got an entire youngest crypto play ever movement going right now. Shout out to Street Bud. That's one of QC's artists out in Atlanta. 16-year-old kid. He's leading the charge for the youngest crypto play ever, YCPE. So yeah, I mean the kids are tapping in too. You know.
Right. For those adults out here who might be dabbling in the stock market, dabbling in the crypto market, is there something in it for them too? I mean, how are you all dealing with adults, people like you, people like me? What's in it for grown folks?
I mean, I would say this, based off of, the information that, I'm giving tonight, of course, make sure you tap in, because you got to be willing to want to learn. You got to be willing to want to be in this space. If you still look at it as like, it's unknown, so you don't want to go near it, then, you'll never really know. So it's just one of those things that you got to take the time to allow yourself to tap into, because whether we like it or not, the markets don't got no feelings, and so we got to position ourselves with this technology and with what's going on, because this is literally the future. This is what the world is going to be looking like, over the course of the next few years, and we got the opportunity right now to be ahead of the game, and what I'm saying, really be able to set ourselves up for success and set our families up, and the generations to come. um we're going to be able to have them set up for life. So it's just something that I would say that everybody should be paying close attention to right now, because this is where the future is going. It's already here. It's not even that it's going there; it's already here. So if you're not tapped into it, especially by this year, with the rate of what the dollar is doing and where we're going in this country, in America, with the dollar going down in value, all the inflation that's happening, I would say people got a solid year. You got a solid year, and things are gonna be definitely a lot different in 2022. So tap
Absolutely.
in now.
I like the way that you and your partners are taking destiny by the horns. You guys are taking it, and you're getting out in front of the challenges in our community. Almost like a new era coalition. You
Indeed,
know, a new era coalition leading the community forward into prosperity. You guys,
indeed,
I haven't heard one time how you're looking for somebody to come along and teach you something. It sounds like
indeed,
you and your partners are getting out in front, getting into the markets, putting both feet into the markets, and saying, you know what? I'm going to swim in this market. I'm not going to drown. I'm not going to fail. I'm not going to turn around. Me and my brothers, we're gonna lock arms, and we're gonna figure out how to rise in this market that is cryptocurrency. You guys are experiencing success right now, and we want to uphold that and magnify that,
indeed,
because
indeed,
because you guys are becoming subject matter experts in a way that we all need. Now, we got about 2 minutes left in the show tonight, and I got about 50 more questions for you, but I'm only going to ask you 4 more questions. My first
indeed.
question is, what are your thoughts about us creating our own cryptocurrency?
Um, my thoughts about it is that I think it's something that we definitely in the works of creating. Um, I think it's important that we do create it. And so in order for us to be able to do that, we got to get everybody experience, level up. They got to experience it. Then we can kind of move into that, whether rather than just trying to throw, a new coin on somebody. And we need to make sure we good on our end, as far as educating people, so that whenever we do create it, we're able to maneuver the way we want to with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. These are the final 3 questions. I've really enjoyed this conversation today. Ladies and
Indeed,
gentlemen, go out there and follow him on Instagram at jcrypto underscore. Learn about the movement that they're doing. Discover their website. Understand the value and the importance, the vitality of cryptocurrency, and where we should be in those
indeed.
markets. Now, what is survival to you?
Survival to me,
Yes,
um, honestly, it's just understanding, like, you gotta do, you gotta do what it takes, you know, um,
that's right.
and but morally and ethically, you know,
That's right.
uh, and so, you know, shoot, if you don't know how to sew, you need to go out and find somebody that know how to sew.
That's right.
If you don't know how to plant your own food, you need to go out and find somebody that know how to plant food or can teach you this.
That's
You
right.
know,
What is
so
what is success to you?
success to me is just impact. How much impact am I, for me personally, is how much am I going to be able to impact people's lives? How many people's lives am I going to be able to impact? You know, that's where I'm at with it.
What is greatness to you?
That stands right along with, success and what it means. Greatness to me is just, whatever it is that you have in your heart that you want to get out here and achieve. go out and be great at it. That's what greatness is to me. So, that's pretty much where I'm at with it, bro.
Absolutely. J Crypto, I want to let you know that I've listened to your story today. I love
Indeed.
the way that you overcame adversity, how you pushed through and got
Indeed.
yourself into a victory, not only for yourself, but for your family, your community, and your own legacy.
Indeed.
I want to give you your respect today. And I want to give you your crown today while you're still alive to receive it. Ladies and
Indeed.
gentlemen, put your crown emojis into the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, put
Indeed.
your crown emojis into the chat. We are letting you know, letting the world know that you, J Crypto, also Justin Manley, you are America's next motivator.
Indeed. Indeed.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, bro. I appreciate you having me on here, man. I
Yes,
really do,
sir.
man. And we're gonna chop it up soon, man.
Yes, sir. Stick around. All right. Thanks for stopping by today. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Each and every episode of America's Next Motivator is going to have something here for you. All you got to do is stop by and pick it up.